Good day everybody, I'm back and the sun is shining today and it's not too cold, so I thought we'd check out some World War II bunkers because they're pretty cool. And yeah, so welcome back everybody to another day, another year and a new season on the road to 20. The third season of this vlog to be exact. I think there's a big chance we'll see the 20-second mark this year, but we'll have to wait and see. I was supposed to post this first episode almost half a year ago, but for a couple of reasons, all of my videos got very much delayed. But I'm back and I'm hoping to post at least weekly for a while now. We'll see how that goes. So at the end of 2018, I started a series in Sweden where we did some sprint tests. We did an analysis of some of my technique, my contact times, flight lengths, contact lengths, acceleration, speed, and such things. And after the 2020 season, I thought it would be a good time to check out those things again. So I went on a trip to Oslo to do a little bit of an analysis. Let's have a look. So there were some pretty interesting numbers. I don't remember them all right now, but I had really short contact times, which is good. And also I had a bit long flight times, so I was spending a bit much time in the air. Also I had a bit of an imbalance between my right and left leg. My left leg has shorter contact times, shorter contact lengths, and also a higher frequency than my right leg. Also a shorter step length. So that might be something to keep in mind. I do know that my left leg is weaker than my right. That is normal, but the difference was pretty noticeable. So that might be something I'll work on. After those tests in Oslo, I headed back home and we had a couple of weeks of just training what we felt like. I did a little bit of running and I did some strength training, and actually I tried out some ice speed skating. If you want to see that, put a comment down below and I'll put up a fun vlog of some speed skating after a while. I haven't started to edit it, so I'll have to do that in a while. But after 2 weeks of just training when I felt like it, we started off our training year in October with some jump tests. So let's have a look at those. So the jumping tests actually went really good. I set a new personal best in the broad jump of 3.05 meters. And in the 10 steps, I didn't think I would jump so well. So I actually overshot the sand pit once, but I jumped right behind my personal best. And I'm really happy with that. So afterwards, we also did some shot put throws, but I hadn't done those in a really long while, so those went really bad. But overall, my body was feeling pretty good and it was ready for some training to get ready to break that 20-second mark in 2021. And for the second part of this video, I thought I should just babble a little bit about motivation. I thought maybe some of you guys would relate or be interested in hearing my thoughts on it. It's something that's been on my mind a bit lately. For many years, I've felt like my motivation has been very, very stable. I can't remember ever feeling like not going to training for several days in a row, but that was until October of 2020. As I said, I was supposed to post this video about 6 months ago, but I was really lacking any motivation at the time and I didn't really feel like posting anything. The 2020 season really ended on a high note with winning the national championship 200 meter. But I once again, for the 5th year in a row, ended with a personal best just above the 21-second mark. I didn't really feel like I could blame it on anything either. I felt like I had done the right priorities for the past 5 years. I've been almost injury-free, pretty much 100% since May of 2017. I've studied part-time or no time to focus as much as possible on recovery and training. And in training, I had improved my speed, my endurance, my strength, my plyometrics, my technique. And it just didn't seem to show through in competition, and I couldn't understand why. I even felt stronger mentally as well, but yeah. Also, I went through a bit of a rough period personally after the 2020 season ended. I suddenly felt like the priorities I had made for the past 5 years were really hard to justify. I felt like I had sacrificed a lot of my potential elsewhere in my life for the past 5 years without seeing the improvement in sprinting that I wanted, and that really made my motivation plummet real bad at the time. Ever since 2015, I've felt like I've been like driven from this never-ending well of motivation, and now in October was really the first time when I've felt it sort of lack. I was lacking a lot of motivation and sprinting just felt a bit pointless at the time. And that is really the reason why this video has been delayed so much for half a year. I didn't see the point in sharing my training when I wasn't that interested myself, because I want these videos to be interesting and motivating for people, but at the time I didn't even have the confidence to like stand in front of the camera and talk. I actually deleted most of my social media apps at the time from my phone, and some of you noticed that I didn't post anything for a couple of months. But I did put up the camera from time to time, so I do have a lot of training footage from October and November that will be posted soon. And after a while, my motivation and drive really came back strong, so at least I have a lot of videos for you guys from December till March. And after that period of feeling down, I realized how much this sport really means to me, how much I've grown through this sport, how many great experiences I've had, and how many great people I've met. So I've learned a bit from this, and I have a couple of takeaways I thought I would share with you guys. From time to time, I get messages from you guys saying that you get motivated from my videos and inspired, and I think that is really great, and it makes me happy to see that. But some advice, if you're trying to make big improvements over long periods of time, you should try to not rely too much on external sources of motivation. That could be like training videos, Instagram posts, compliments from other people, medals, and many things like that that you don't really have control over. They're great for extra motivation, but they won't always be there for you, you know? Just like if you're motivated by my videos, suddenly I will procrastinate for 100 days and you'll go 100 days without any motivation from me. So you won't always have that, but you will always have your mind with you. So I would advise you to internalize your motivation and really make that be a part of your mindset. If you have goals for yourself that you would be really happy to accomplish, even if no one was watching, and if you see the value of all the small improvements you can make personally towards a greater goal. And if you find personal enjoyment just from the process of training itself, you will have a much easier time finding motivation in the everyday grind. And number 2, I think discipline is more important than motivation at most times. As happened with me in October, motivation will come and go. But the biggest improvements are made with continuous effort over time. So your effort can't come and go. So even though I was really lacking the motivation to train for a good month and a half, I still did. Over the years, when I've been really motivated, I've built up the habit to train every day. I've had a discipline to train about 12 times a week at times. So when I was lacking motivation, 8 times a week didn't really feel like that much. Humans are creatures of habit, so if you use the time when you are a bit motivated to be really disciplined, you will have a much easier time when you're lacking motivation, because then at the end of the day, it will just be a part of your daily habit to train. And of course, if you go to training just out of habit and you're not really motivated at all, of course you won't make any big, amazing training PRs and have any amazing training sessions. But at times it's enough just to go to training and just to follow the program and just do it. Just do it. If you do stay consistent in your training, even when you're feeling down, you will have a much better time in the sessions when you do have the motivation, and then you can really push your limits. And for my last tip, surround yourself with like-minded, enjoyable people. When I was 14 years old and started in my training group, I didn't think much of it, but the older athletes in my training group and my coach, they showed up to training every day for 6 days a week with a positive attitude. And I think I adapted that pretty quickly, and I didn't really need any motivation to train 6 days a week, because that was just the norm in our training group. If your training partners are really dedicated, I think that is a mindset that you will adapt to a degree, but I also think that you should be that person in your training group that the other people can look up to or be motivated by. Yeah, it makes for a good, I don't know how to say it. So when I was lacking motivation in October, I don't think really anyone noticed that much. I still showed up to every training session and did everything that was on the training program. I just did a little bit less by myself. And that was because I genuinely enjoy being around the people in my training group. And some of the people will actually show up to training even if they have like actual holes going through their foot. So, I can't be any worse than just not show up because I'm feeling a little bit down. So I want to give a big shout out to my training group. Thank you guys for being awesome. So if you're struggling with motivation or other things that makes it hard for you to train or hard for you to stay motivated in training, you should know that that is normal and it's something a lot of people go through. I advise you to try to talk to someone close to you about it. That might help. And to end this off, I thought I should share with you guys an Instagram post from British sprinter Adam Jamili. It really resonated with me at the time when he posted it, so I thought it would be a good message for you guys to see as well. I hope you enjoyed me just babbling for quite a while, and thank you a lot for watching, and I'll catch you guys somewhere else on the road to 20.